All right. So I have about 20 minutes to talk to you about how we at the Microsoft view the upcoming era of mobile and cloud world, and the focus of the company on reinventing productivity. So I'll walk you through the tidal wave we see that's driving the industry forward, and the fundamental structures, how we think about the future of businesses, and then Microsoft's overall mission, reinventing productivity, and closing. So again, our industry is in a formative phase. It's interesting when we're happening in San Francisco. You can think about San Francisco before the big earthquake. It's one landscape, flat. And after the big one, it's a completely different land. Our industry, literally in that phase. We're in a formative phase. Things are shaping up in a dramatic, massive forms. It's opportunity for all of us. So first is cloud. So I don't know actually how to go back. So cloud, as we all know, is once.
Use these instead of like.
Oh, no. Oh, okay. Thank you. So cloud is once of several decades. As we all know, just to remind everybody, we only had 3 generations of computing. Mainframe, whereby many people share one computing device. Client server, the edge of computing is PC, one-on-one relationship. Cloud is complete flip. The human-computing relationship is a complete different one. We can talk about all the in-depth why cloud is driving profound changes. It's only 3rd generation of change in the last 6, 7 decades. So it's a massive change. The edge of computing, mobile is equally important. It's all connected because the edge of computing is reaching everywhere. Not just mobile devices, but in wearables, sensors, everywhere, because cloud connectivity, distributed computing, everywhere. And third one is a really important one, and it's underlooked, which is social. Because ultimately, what we're building is a society of devices, a society of technologies serving a society of people. And society captures all the social norms, social context, so that computing can become useful, serving human purposes. And the mobile devices enable us to capture all social connections, not just the people, their relationship, how they share, how they collide, have all the social communications. So it's an extremely important underpinning context to highlight all the future computing experiences. And the last one ties everything together, which is big data and machine learning. And this one is one of those few cases whereby it's a short-term overhyped, long-term underhyped, massive change. At the highlight, we can just register anything we human can tell a difference, that we think there's a pattern there. It's all machine learnable. It's all machine learnable. And the cost of learning any patterns become cheaper and cheaper. Because what we do as a human being, we recognize patterns, and then we apply patterns to everything we do, whether it's marketing, sales, support, engineering, design. It's all about discerning patterns. It turns out these can be all digitally represented. So these are massive set of changes that are shaping our industry in a truly powerful forms. And the way I've been looking at it, this is perhaps more reflecting my thinking for the last, I don't know, maybe 15 years of doing all these things, from search engine to consumer services to productivity to communication to enterprise applications. What you need to look for is the fundamental information structure, the stable structures that allow what type of business to be done, what type of application can be created. And the whole internet, now we'll talk about mobile internet, the PC web internet started about 2 decades ago. It's a web of documents and search engine. Fundamentally, the information architecture is a topic graph that captures the interests. Who is interested in what, who is looking for what. And that graph gets increasingly every day, every moment become more smart, capture all the computation intelligence. Now you have a knowledge graph. Google and Bing, we will do a lot of interesting things because the graph gets richer every minute when people are using it. And Google, as a result, built a massive economic engine by tapping into that graph. And the people is interesting. This is huge credit to Facebook. and certainly other. Now the relationship between people becomes digitally an important structure for orchestrating all the experiences. And the LinkedIn certainly is one of those. And there's tremendous opportunity because the relationship between people is a fundamental of creating future experiences. And then places, this is interesting. Up to this point, we're digitizing the planet, but there's no feedback loop, there's no rich graph that's being built. The next generation of company that will be interesting to look out for are like Airbnb and Uber, a next door neighborhood. And there's a similar company in China because what Uber does, you can imagine that graph Uber can build. Given any moment, the likelihood that somebody will need to travel from this location to another location at 7 p.m., how many restaurants will have, how many people going to them, you will have all these information that will never be captured before. Even for business applications, if your salesperson wants to meet with a customer, you can tap into these graphs. And certainly for the event, for the temporal graphs. In the United States, you have Twitter, which tells you what's going on in every corner of the world. In China, you have Weibo or Weixin. All these, the graph is low cardinality. It's a little bit of shallow right now. It's not as rich, but these are nonetheless all the opportunities. So with the mobile internet, with the amplification of all the mobile devices, now we're not only digitizing all the information, we're digitizing all the human activities, all the events, the observations these devices are able to perceive, particularly the sensors, because increasingly those devices are capable of perceptions, just as humans do. And these things all gets digital represented, gets captured. And the emerging information architecture we are seeing that's extremely powerful are information architecture around the human being, everything about a person. Your world, your places, your schools, the things you care about. And then for Microsoft, we also focus on all the information around an organization. And think about all the important relationship you can capture by using these future emerging digital representative graphs. Who knows what? Who is talking to who about what? Who is selling which company about what product? All these are become captured, these huge business opportunities. Then physical. Once you have sensors in the homes, you can build digital contours, representation of a home, of a church, of a soccer field, a neighborhood, a municipality. So we're piecing together these emerging information architecture and structures to enable future opportunities for product and the business for driving innovations. So that's very, very important. Let me go through these. The next, going along with these emerging important information architecture, important trend is a new paradigm of intelligent natural user interactions. This go along with it. Because all those graphs, what it does is they capture a lot of intelligence. Intelligence, there's many other different ways to represent intelligence, what intelligence means. One common way to think about intelligence is use Jeff Hawkins' definition of the amount of information that enable you to anticipate, to predict, to represent the deeper knowledge. And this is represented by the set of experience Siri started. Google now is quite good. Microsoft has Cortana. Actually, when I mention Cortana is being powered intelligence, it's the same stack of technology. When we done in China, there's something called Xiaobing or Xiaoais. It's a chat robot you can adopt. It can have conversation with you about pretty much anything. At its core, it's Bing. It knows everything. But wrap around a human emotion, social connection-driven conversations. There's a Chinese journalist spent good 2 hours, have thoughtful, soul-searching conversation with Xiaobing, and I was super impressed. Now, this is really a phenomenon in China. We're working with JD and all these, because what that says is, when devices are everywhere, when you have watches, thermostat, we're not going to learn new kind of languages, new kind of commands. We just want to interact with those devices naturally. And these services are intelligent, understand our meanings, what we say, what we mean. and enable us to ask all the questions that we care about. So all these things are happening. And from technological standpoint, this is interesting, because up to this point, most of the machine learning-driven experiences are all shallow models. The people here, this is probably the machine learning people here. The last 10 years, machine learning, most people, even search engines, they're all very shallow models. Now it requires us to build deeper models. For example, for a Siri, Google Now, Cortana-like experiences, you at least have to have 4 layers of models. You have to have acoustic models. Speech recognition has to work really well. And you have to have language models, understanding the languages. And domain is really, really important. Today, Google Now, Siri, Cortana all have a couple dozen domains. You can ask questions about movies, restaurants, but the world has so much knowledge. How do we scale the domain model so that we can ask Cortana, ask Siri, ask Google Now about anything, and certainly have the ability to have dialogue? And that's just the beginning. The technological breakthrough is happening. We're witnessing some rapid progresses around the major players in this space. The net of it is there's opportunity for all of us to tap into, because these experiences, we're literally seeing a new runtime of future experiences. Because today, there's really 2 experience runtimes. One is what's coming with the operating system. For a PC, it's file and the photos and the keyboards. In the phone, it's the home screen and touch, gesture. And then the other runtime is the browser, which is documents and the clicking links. And this is the third runtime which will supersede over time the other runtime, because this is the most natural, most intelligent. And the even bigger thing is this runtime has different information architecture, different modality. You use touch, voice, and all those. The information architecture is moving away from today's document, these type of traditional controls, towards much more of entity, what we call entities. In English, the entities are proper phrases, noun phrases, refer to things, people, places, things. And you use cards, what's called cards, to represent them. As a result, the application model will dissolve or become a new one. So there's an emerging new ecosystem that we're seeing it's shaping up that will open up an opportunity for a lot of developers to build a new generation of experiences. So now, given all those, we see the fantastic opportunity to reinvent Microsoft, focusing on our company's fundamental core. Microsoft, the original founding vision, in my view, is one of the very best in technology industries, is to put PC on every desk in every home. Our founding chairman, CEO at the time, Bill Gates, put forth this vision more than 30 years ago. And Microsoft as a company literally led the wave of changing the world in a profound way, creating the PC industry, job, wealth, opportunities for the entire world. And this is a time for Microsoft to go back to its roots, to reinvent productivity, so that we can deliver through cloud services for every human being on the planet, using every devices to enable them to do more and to become more. Now, this is very important because productivity is about getting more accomplished, whatever undertaking, endeavors, or your quest is. Because in reality, most people don't want to do more. You actually want to get more done with a short of time. Then you want to spend time with your kids, your loved ones, listen to music, read the book you want. Ultimately, is to be more, to unleash the full humanity, the full potential of all our customers, all our users. So that's the next phase Microsoft is about. Specifically, we're focusing on 4 dimensions of reinventing productivity. The first is natural. NUI stands for natural user interactions. As I talked about, natural is very, very important because today, up to this point, Microsoft has over 1 billion users, 1 billion professionals using Microsoft productivity services. Fundamentally, it's because the experience was delivered through client server, by and large. And the edge of computing, the device is delivered through PC, mouse and keyboard. Now with this new era, with all those mobile devices, we can deliver productivity experiences to 3 billion professionals of the world on any type of devices. So having natural user interactions is a key part of enabling all those. You don't have to sit in the office anymore. You can just be a field worker, be a farmer, be a legal clerk, be a restaurant waiters. Any type of job, any walk of life, you can benefit from Microsoft services through natural interactions. For the next few years, we're going to focus on inking, because writing, taking notes, writing thoughts down is an important part of human activities. And certainly touch, making touch really work for all devices, for all experiences, and the voice. Voice, as of today, is not mainstream quite yet, but we fundamentally believe with the technological advance we're seeing, because word error rate, for the longest time before 2006, stayed around 20–30%, and now we're seeing word error rate, speech recognition, way below 10%. In the next 3–4 years, it's get to below a few percentage points, and the human can hear probably about 1 or 2% of error rate. So we get to voice to become truly mainstream user interface in any kind of acoustic environment. So natural interaction is a key focus for us. And the mobile, things to focus for today is the mobile internet is absolutely profound, because all the experiences, productivity experiences, the communication, collaboration, all those needs to be fundamentally native to mobile devices. Not only native to phones, for tablets, for watches, for bands, for sensors, for things that install in your devices, in your conference rooms, and all those, but even for PC, you want to focus on mobile, because offline processing and working well in a disconnected environment, low battery life, easy to carry, all those are fundamentally important for the future mobile experiences. And we shipped the Microsoft brand about Office suite for iPad, for iPhones. We announced we're going to ship for Android, tablets and the phones. There's a lot of innovation, rapid pace of delivery going on at the Microsoft. And the collaborative, everything needs to be collaborative, particularly make it super, super easy for people to share, connecting people together, and share the experiences across different screens, across different canvases. For example, we have a new product we released a few months ago called Office Delve, which is, for the first time, we introduced the concept of Office Graph. Think about this is the first version of digital work graph. Think about Facebook plus for all the professionals. Everything gets connected, and you can discover anything that's useful and share everything related to your work. And then intelligent, because ultimately the mobile internet, one of the key innovation breakthrough opportunities, everything become intelligent, meaning the services understands users and give you everything that matters. Imagine you have feeds on your mobile devices that tells all the things that matters to your professional activities, what's important and what's interesting, what's upcoming, what's changed. And you can ask any questions about your work. Who is the marketing director my boss talked to last night for the CMO of the company we're doing business? Is the presentation I did last night gets presented? What's the follow-up? All those you can just use intelligent way to ask all those questions. And the system becomes more and more capable of taking over the things you do and automate all those tasks for you. So that's the future we're looking at. And it will be fantastic. And Microsoft will truly be able to go through the next few years of product innovations, deliver fantastic experiences to all our customers. So in closing, we really aspire to change the world again. As we all know, we're all here, life is short. You want to do things that truly make a difference. How do you make a difference? Have fast platforms, have billions of people using a product and change their life for the better. And to do that, Microsoft, we cannot do it alone. Partnership with all the other companies, all the communities is everything. And that's why we're all here, because forums, platform like this enable us to come together. They can partner, collaborate to build a better world as one larger technological community. Thank you all very much for the opportunity.